So we are picking up, I believe, the point we left off. Um, let's see how much I want to go back and recap. But
We're on a 3-hour cruise.
right, you're in a but right now you're in a boat. You just did battle with another boat and crew that was being led by a devil of some kind, with big wings and a tail. And he flew away before you had a chance to kill him. But he was, you don't know exactly why he was attacking you, but he was, and he got away. Your destination is Candlekeep to the south. You're on your way there after leaving Baldur's Gate, and you had, what's the word I want? Thwarted the machinations of a cult called the Cult of the Dead Three. And hold on one second. Could you turn that down just a few clicks, please and thank you. All right. Okay, so yeah, you had defeated this cult, and whatever happened to Thavius Krieg? You turned him over
We turned them into the to the people.
to
When we turned in the brothers, we turned him in.
he to Captain Zodge.
Isn't that what we did, guys?
Is there any?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we did.
Right. So Thavius Krieg was the ruler of Elturel, and you found while you were defeating the Cult of the Dead Three, you found this infernal puzzle box, which you are now taking to Candlekeep to see if you can get it opened. It has something to do with why Elturel disappeared, so it's very important to get in it. But none of you could certainly do it, and you're hoping that there's this sage, a woman by the name of Silvira Savakis, who's one of the actual rulers of Candlekeep. Let's see, what did they? So that is where we pick it up now. Is there is anything unclear? Does anybody have any thoughts that they need followed up on to just refresh us where we are or what's going on? No,
It sounds like so Irish Sakas is sitting on in SOS.
right. So, all right. The rest of the trip south is uneventful. It only takes you, it would have taken 5 days by land, and I don't know what the conversion rate of land versus sea will be, but we'll say that it only took like a day and a half. Sounds good, right?
Got a good wind.
Right. I don't know. Maybe that's a good wind. Maybe that's a bad wind. Maybe I don't know. But I'll say at least everybody gets a long rest and can heal up from the last fight. Now, unfortunately, as Candlekeep comes into view here, you can see that it is situated atop a high set of cliffs. I think I can show you this handout. So it doesn't appear to have any approach to the keep by sea. In fact, everything in this immediate area is all 1,000-foot cliffs. It's all pretty steep. So unless you have a way of flying up there, you might have to either decide to go north or south, see if you can find a place where you can land and get off and walk and approach the keep from the other side.
We wouldn't have an anchor on a little boat?
How about a mage hand?
That won't be strong enough.
Okay.
They only can do like 10 pounds.
But it could put a rope somewhere.
Does anybody have a familiar that can fly?
I have my raven.
Have the Raven scout around to see if there's any spots for us to land.
Sure.
You want to just flip a coin whether to try north or south?
Sure.
Always go south. Always go south.
Always go south.
Always go south. Okay.
That's a rule. That's
Okay, south.
All right.
Fly south.
So you don't have to go far before you find a small inlet in which you can manage to get up on the cliffs. They're a little bit more manageable here. But it is still going to be a couple hours walk to Candlekeep via something called the Way of the Lion. That's what they have named the approach. That is what this little tangent off of the coastway is, the Way of the Lion. So, let's see, who do you have with you? You have Fallister Fisk is with you. Rhea Mantlemorn is with you. Everybody remember who those NPCs are? Or if anybody who just wants a refresher, just say the word.
Actually, Ray is the one we allowed to deal with Thaddeus. What we did with him. Remember, she was going to kill him and decided she wanted him turned in.
Right. She almost
Yep.
killed him, but she didn't at the last second. Right. Okay. So your Raven can give you a little bit of a view here. This handout only shows the front portion of Candlekeep. It does not show what lies beyond what's called the Emerald Door. There's no reason why your bird wouldn't see it. The handout that they gave me just doesn't have it, so when I show it to you, and I can show you that, yeah, that's only half of Candlekeep, but that's the half that the public are typically allowed in. Once you go beyond what are called the Emerald Doors on the left side there, that is when you enter the library proper. And typically only the avowed, that's what they call the order of monks, if you will, that staff Candlekeep. To get in beyond the Emerald Doors usually requires an invitation of one of the higher ups in Candlekeep, which this Silvira is one of those people.
Oh, that makes it easy.
Should be good then.
So, the weather along the trip has gradually worsened, and dark clouds release heavy rain until the road runs thick with mud. Yet you trudge on, passing by friendly merchant caravans heading north. Ahead, you see a path branch from the wider road, heading to the sea. A raven perched solemnly on a leaning post, bearing two signs that point like arms toward the west. One says the Way of the Lion, and the other says Candlekeep. So you head west along the Way of the Lion and arrive at Candlekeep by mid-afternoon. The afternoon sun shines through the clouds to illuminate the gray walls and pale spires of a time-worn fortress that stands majestically atop a rocky promontory overlooking the sea. The trail leads straight to it. At the gatehouse, you are greeted by 3 monks in purple robes, a human, a shield dwarf, and a sun elf. Around their necks hang holy symbols of Denir, the god of riding. I'm going to spell that out in the chat so you all have the benefit of seeing it, not just hearing it. I'm calling that word Denir, the god of riding, whose symbol is a lit candle above an open eye. Welcome to Candlekeep, says the elf in common. A gift is required for those seeking admittance. You must donate a book or scroll that isn't already in the library's archives. Please present your gift for inspection.
Didn't someone give us a book?
Yeah, didn't the person that can get us in get us a book too somewhere?
Yes,
Yeah.
Fallister Fisk, I believe, as you were leaving Baldur's Gate, he stopped by his apartment in Little Calimshan and picked up an appropriate book. It was a book of Kalashite recipes. Let's see. So, the monks studied the book that's handed to them, and the holy symbols around their necks glow faintly as they do. After inspection, the monks seem happy to accept Fallister's book of Kalashite recipes. One such gift is enough for the whole party to be able to enter the library. But if any of you want to offer up another book or scroll, if you can come up with an interesting title, I'll give you inspiration.
Poems about the man from Nantucket.
Okay, fine. Good enough. Poems about the man from Nantucket. The man from Nantucket, an expose.
Yeah. I got nothing.
No?
I'm not creative enough, I guess.
Come on, we got, Mimics and Men, Pride and Paladins.
That's right. You got to remember all the books from the
Right.
Strahd campaign.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Wow.
That's a good
Okay, these are good.
Gnomes
Do you
of
have like a
Wrath.
list, or are these just coming off of top of head? I'm really impressed.
Diary of a Wimpy Kobold. To Kill a Manticore. No? Right.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, you are ushered in to Candlekeep, or more specifically, the Court of Air, which is that front portion of Candlekeep. So let's see here. So Fallister is going to work on getting permission for you guys to come in through the Emerald Gate, or the Emerald Door. What is it? The Emerald Door or the Emerald Gate? I don't remember. The Emerald Door. Okay. So Fallister's going to go in and get that taken care of. He's got actually quarters inside past the Emerald Door, though he himself doesn't have the personal authority of getting you in. So there's a couple of places you could go to here in the Court of Air, as it's so called. There is a tavern called the Hearth, which is where you can go. There's to be in the typical tavern. Next door to that is a place called the House of Rest, which is where you go for quiet time when you don't want to have the raucous tavern. You can I don't know how raucous a library tavern is, though. I bet you these guys cut it up though once they're in there, because again, out here is a lot of guests and stuff, but they again tend to be the scholarly type. So I don't know. Do they usually have like wild drinking at bars near colleges?
Freak, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Dan, zoom ass.
As somebody who has a younger sibling who will be graduating from the School of Charleston? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
All right. Okay, so
And so there is a local nightlife entertainment going on.
yes, yeah, the Hearth would be the place to go for that. There is this is a word I had to look up. The pillars of pedagogy, and I've got the pronunciation on that right. It's pedagogy. And at first I wasn't sure that I wanted to read about whatever was going on in there, but it turns out pedagogy literally means like the art of teaching.
Pedagogue is Latin for teacher.
Oh, you see, I never took my Latin. There you go. It would have.
And I have by popular demand. Look up by popular demand. I have that. I'm an entertainer.
Yes, as you are prone to remind us. So we've got these. Basically, your choices are the Hearth or the House of Rest. Really, there is a bath and a steam house. You can see there a smithy. Though you guys didn't really come with horses and mounts, you came on foot after docking your ship, or not docking, mooring your ship and coming ashore.
Mooring, anchoring.
Right. So the House of Rest is a 3-story bunkhouse. And next door, the Hearth appears just to be a modest tavern of sturdy construction. It's got warm light emanating from a pair of small windows on either side of the front door.
Well, we might as well go there and hang out while we wait. The Hearth, that is.
Right.
Unless it's... What time of the day is it?
I say it's afternoon.
Yeah. I might as well go to the tavern, for me at least.
All right. So, upon entering the establishment, visitors quickly realize that it's 3 times more spacious on the inside than the out. The Hearth apparently gained its larger dimensions courtesy of magic by the worshippers of Gond, who is the god of craft. There's an
Bigger on the inside.
Right? An intricate clockwork device suspended in a 2-foot diameter, faintly glowing crystal orb embedded in the ceiling over the bar. The Avowed called this device a geometric amplifier, and it's the source of the magic required to maintain the integrity of the enlarged space. The bar seats up to 20 customers, and patrons can be seated comfortably at round tables with stout wooden chairs or at rectangular tables with benches. A dozen soft, cushy armchairs encircle the fireplace in the center of the room. And the Hearth's patrons are a mix of fresh-faced students, stodgy scholars, and eclectic guests. One of Candlekeep's guests stands out from the rest of the crowd, though. It is an ogre, sitting by himself in a corner of the tap room of the Hearth, reading a book.
Fancy has a plan.
This is all stuff I do not have maps for, so we are in Theater of the Mind territory.
Perfect for fancy.
Okay, we're in a bar right now, basically.
Basically, right?
Let's talk to the owner.
I
Well,
was about to say, I'll go up to the bar. Oh my god, the bar. Oh,
barkeep.
barkeep. Yeah, no, there's another bartender.
You,
Oh my god, that's what I was
bartender.
looking for. Bartender. I could not think of it.
Can
Had a
you
long day.
convince him to
Uh,
have Fancy play one song, please?
Yeah. I was just gonna go to the bartender and just say like, hi, We're visiting Candlekeep. Can you maybe help us? We're looking for someone in charge. We gotta talk about something.
Well, you know that Fallister Fisk, the fella that you rescued from the Dungeon of the Dead 3. Remember, he was in one of those cells that bearded demon was guarding that you guys tricked into letting him go. So Fallister is your inn here at Candlekeep, and he's already gone in and is pulling the required strings to get you in to meet with Silvira. But it might take until the morning. So he's told you to, go ahead and have a drink, relax, do what you want, and he's hoping by tomorrow morning he can have you inside. But any questions about Candlekeep or anything else, certainly we can field those.
I just want to get a drink and sit by the fire.
So, all right. They have a good selection of food and drink here, and the monks that are staffing the place do a good job. Again, it's a nice eclectic mix of people in here. Several doors line the walls, and while being visible inside the tap room, they do not appear to exist when you viewed it from outside. Each of these, you're told, leads to a 30-foot square demiplane that acts as a private meeting chamber, or some of them lead to shrines to Danir and to Gond and Melil. There's 3 gods in here. You can enter these shrines anytime anybody wants to offer prayer or whatever. But the private chambers require a key from the barkeep and a payment of 5 gold pieces. That's if you wanted your own private room. Probably not any need for that at this point. I was just letting you know a little bit more flavor about how the hearth works here. The ogre...
What book is he reading?
let's see. He is reading of Mimics and Men.
Mimics and Men.
Yes. You can see that he's wearing a headband, a very fancy-looking headband. Can I help you?
This is the guy reading the book?
Yes.
How's the book? I asked him how the book is.
Is okay. The author sometimes drones on and on. But it's good. I'm, an avid reader.
Nice. So, what's there to do around this place?
You can, let's see. I'll do my best to summarize. You can petition to access any of the books of the library or to research any topic. Typically what happens is you'll get a room in the Pillars of Pedagogy and be able to investigate, read any of the books and tomes and other things that the Shrine has access to. They have the most advanced library on the Sword Coast, for certain, and maybe all of Faerun.
When you're not doing research and studying, what do you do?
They are. It's a monastic kind of lifestyle. Really, there is no or little unscheduled time. They have a little bit of free time, but mostly they, if they're not serving the public, they're doing services in the library, either in transcribing, cataloging, and anything else you can think
So
of.
it's a city of monks.
Yes, yeah. It's not even a city. Think of it as a keep. A big one, but a keep. The ogre's name is Little One, and you kind of, some of you pick up on idle chatter through the crowd, that other people are, of course, are looking at the ogre kind of gawking, and so they're kind of having hushed conversations about it. That apparently he's wearing a headband of intellect. And it's given him his improved ability to reason and ponder.
So he's wearing the same thing I am.
Oh, you got a headband of intellect too?
That's one of the things I bought the other time. When we did I bought one of those.
Because it's an uncommon item, right?
Yes.
What did that cost you? 500?
Yep.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Get a fighter up to a 19 intelligence
Yeah, just for the hell of it.
for all the spells.
Oh, are your spells intelligence based?
Yep.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, this ogre is wearing the headband of intellect, which is how he came to his improved faculties, distinguishing himself from others of his kind. Shunned by polite society, he came to Candlekeep hoping to learn as much as he could. He's a quiet but popular fixture in the keep, and the monks are always saying hello to him and recommending new books for him to read. I said he was reading of Mimics and Men. Well, that was, just the one that he was reading. But it says here he was reading a book called Storm King's Thunder. It's a book that follows the exploits of a band of adventurers searching for a storm giant king whose sudden disappearance caused great upheaval on the Sword Coast some years ago.
That was a big story. Fancy remember.
All right, Storm King's Thunder.
Anyone else get anything they want to do?
Fancy we'll play the tunes if we just want to go forward.
All right, yeah, let's do this. Let's Fancy doesn't get enough time in the spotlight. Let's see at enthralling performance. You do perform for at least a minute. You can attempt to inspire at the end of the performance. Choose a number of humanoids within 60 feet of you who watched and listened to it, up to a number equal to your charisma modifier. So you get to pick, what,
And
3 people? Or
yeah, obviously it's the ogre. And the owner. And what was the other one?
I think it was just the ogre. There was no proper owner. There was a bartender, but again, he was one of the monks.
Okay, so there's no one else that I could possibly.
Well, the only named, I mean, certainly the ogre, stands out in the crowd. But I could make up some names if you want me to.
We're just gonna do ogres. Just want to have fun. I'm gonna concentrate everything on it.
All right. So it says each target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC.
But
And this is a wisdom.
yep.
Okay, so I rolled a 2. and a -2 to wisdom, because while the headband helps him with his intelligence, it does not help with his wisdom. So he utterly failed, and he is completely enraptured by you.
Yeah. And I say, wait till the next song. If you can't believe ogres just want to have fun, wait until you hear ogre style. And ogre style is going to come up next. But if you guys have anything you want to do with this ogre, I would kind of like talk to him now because he's listening to ogre style.
I found another entry here describing the hearth, which says it has a low ceiling supported by massive wooden crossbeams, and there's a large fire pit in the middle of the room surrounded by the tables and benches. So
Nice.
Big fire in the middle of the room. The hearth is always open and the fire is never permitted to go out. A dozen patrons typically occupy the pub during the day, with more during lunch and supper. So you'll find bigger audiences to woo later on, Fancy.
Perfect.
Anything else of interest in here, or?
I don't think so. I think the House of Rest is probably where you want to go now. If we want to, again, fast forward, 8 hours or so to the next morning, and see if you can get in to see Silvira.
Does anyone else have anything they want to do before we go rest?
Nope, just dinner and
Does anyone else have an ogre as their favorite fan?
So we just did dinner. We're going to do dinner or a show, which is Fancy, and then hit it.
sounds good.
All right. So
Fancy expects a certain class of group,
let's see.
I'm just
Where do we come in? We come in here. All right. I'm just setting up a map because actually we're getting to a point now that I have a map. So all right, you guys, eat, drink, be merry. You go over to the House of Rest, and unfortunately, the House of Rest is at capacity. They really don't have any more rooms for anybody. But not in this building anyway. But if we, where is this? This is underneath the House of Rest. Okay, so
Remember, I do have by popular demand.
right. So there is a substructure underneath the. Let me get back here. Oh, that's what I want, right here. So, located beneath the House of Rest is a basement library known as the Firefly Cellar. It's entirely below ground, and it contains a collection of old manuscripts that focus primarily on travelogues and regional customs. That was until one of the senior scribes initiated a restoration effort. Its books had been largely neglected over the past few centuries, but down there, down in this Firefly Cellar, they do have a few rooms available, and they can get you set up for the night by going down that
We
way.
can only do the Firefly if they come out with season 2.
Well, these rooms have got to be better than sleeping on the ship again.
True. Plus, that'd probably be a long walk.
Oh yeah.
Guess we'll Firefly it.
Fancy. Are you carrying... No, you're not carrying light. You have dark vision. That's what it is. Alright. Kiel. Salim.
Fancy's been around the block a time or two.
We've got Rhea here with you, so we got to put Rhea in, and Fallister is not with you. Okay. Let me just move you all around a little bit. Alright. Okay, so you are directed down into... okay, I'm going to throw this over here. Alright. Okay, I'm multitasking here, so there's... Okay, so, let me get you guys moved over. Anybody, everybody okay with this plan to go into the Firefly cellar and spend the night?
Sure.
Yep.
Alright.
Absolutely. As long as we get decent food.
So, does it say how you get into this thing? What's it say here? This circular room contains curved darkwood bookcases packed with books of assorted shapes, sizes, and ages. Flowers in ceramic pots line the top of the shelves, giving the area a sweet fragrance. Alcoves are spaced at regular intervals around the perimeter of the room. 4 of them contain polished bronze statues of bespectacled scholars, and 3 hold overstuffed chairs. In the center of the room, a brass railing surrounds an overlook that gives a view of the lower level of the stacks. Hanging from the ceiling, above this opening in the floor, is an enormous stone sculpture of an open book that looks as though the cover is flapping to keep it aloft. A spiral staircase to the east leads down, as well as up to the trapdoor exit set in the ceiling. The occasional errant firefly flits about. Ebder, are you back? I never left, grumbles a voice from below. Oh! And an elf looks down and seems surprised by your presence. Then she says, indicating the room around her. Ah, visitors! I'm Scribe Varnir. Sorry for the state of things. As you see, the restoration project is a week in progress. I'll be with you shortly. And she returns to her work. A moment later, she says, actually, would you mind bringing this stack of books downstairs to Edber? I'll meet you there. And she points to a small pile of books on a stool. Thanks so much. This is an elderly elf, precariously balanced on a ladder while arranging a few of the flower pots on some of the bookcases. So I'm going to put this over here. We're going to do this. Okay. All right, so you guys are all with me here, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but
Yep.
I can't see. I should have 60-foot dark vision.
Okay, let's see. Kyle.
I got the googles of night.
Vision is on. Night vision is not on. 60 feet?
Yeah, I got the goggles of night.
I remember.
googles.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have the light cantrip, so I should be able to see.
Same.
So let's turn on bright light for Muriel. Bright light 20 feet, low light 20 feet. That's a torch, right? 2020?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. And was that Marcus as well who wanted light?
Yeah, light cantrip.
Okay. Make sure you're lit up. No night vision, but we got you 40 feet of light.
I'm supposed to have 120 feet of dark vision.
Okay. Dagon night vision 120. All right. Everybody else seem okay?
Yep.
Am now.
All right.
Red.
So, let's see. Where are the stairs down? Okay, so right back here where Muriel is standing, there is a. Let's see. What area is this? Does it define it? F1. All right. So that's all that. So it doesn't specifically get into that. Let's see. The bookcases here are 10 feet tall, and each one has a new rolling ladder attached to it. You can see again down into the chamber below. From here, you can see that up here it's a little tidier and more welcoming than the chamber below. Varnier explains that she brought in rugs and flowers and polished these statues as part of her restoration project. But 3 of the statues were in such poor state that she replaced them with comfortable reading chairs instead. There is a book lift, a rope and pulley mechanism with a fraying basket fixed to the railing. It's essentially a lidded wicker basket that can be lowered or raised. It's not in the best condition. The box is currently raised and the rope is tied to the railing.
Should we put Fancy in the bucket and lower him down?
Now, one
Is,
more.
is that a Goonies reference?
So one more note, this piece of stonework, again floating right above this hole, is this massive flying book sculpture. It's 12 feet across, and Varnier informs you that it weighs nearly 1,500 pounds. The cover is etched with the words, "Be Curious," and it is suspended above the floor below by 3 chains. But the chains fittings in the ceiling beam above are in bad shape. So Varnier says, not that you'd have any reason, but I wouldn't go climbing on it because it could cause it to fall.
What are these star things here?
Statues, bronze statues, and then the chairs are the ones that look like these little curves here.
Okay.
So the stairs down are the same as the stairs up. Unless you want to use the book lift or do something crazy, you can just carry these books by hand down these stairs, and I can move you down to the middle level.
Sounds good for me.
Let me zoom out a little bit. Get everybody moved down.
Beam me down, Danny.
Here we go. Alright, that's everybody down here. Okay, so the musty smell of old books hangs in the air here. Concentric rings of bookcases dominate the space, with a heavy granite table occupying the room's center. The table would be a circle, but for 6 semicircular gaps cut into it around its edge, creating spaces for 6 chairs. Small stacks of books rest on the table, along with a candle holder that contains firefly-filled jars. I'm just doing a little reading here. Now, as you come down the stairs, you can see a fella hunched over a book at the table, visibly annoyed. he looks at you and says, "Keep your voices down. I just put my daughter to bed."
Sorry.
Should I say okay and just drop the books?
What is this structure right here?
That is a column supporting the ceiling above. And Kiel, you found a door right up.
That's what
right
I
up
thought
here.
about.
That's what I was. That is a door.
It is a door.
And looking around, do I see his daughter in the room anywhere?
Oh no.
Imagine his daughter's through that door.
He. You want to ask him?
I'm going to start moseying towards it and see if he says anything.
He doesn't.
Do I hear a kid inside there sleeping? Any chance I could hear that?
Perception check.
Has your character ever had any kids?
Like my character? No. Have I? Yeah. And actually, I'm waiting for one of them to get back from a little trip.
I'm going to open that door for you. Did I do all this dynamic lighting myself? I think I did. Damn, I'm good.
Yeah. I don't hear anything. I'm going to walk.
So, all around, fireflies float lazily about like embers caught in the air. 3 writing desks sit against the north wall with a sheepskin rug beneath each one. On one of the desks rests a book beside a stack of paper, along with a stoppered ink jar and a porcupine. Quill pen. And a porcupine, yeah. And a porcupine quill pen.
There's a porcupine on this desk. That's odd.
All right. So yes, a quill pen. Another desk has a leather case on it. A moldering tapestry hangs off-center on the west wall, and to the southeast is a wood-paneled wall with a closed door set into it. A weak yellow glow emanates from under this door.
Is that right here?
Oui. I'm going to just open it. This small room is awash in the glow of thousands of fireflies. The luminescent insects flit around inside more than a dozen glass terrariums that fill shelves along the walls. A steady plinking noise results from the bouncing off the glass. Shallow wooden boxes are packed on the lowest shelves.
Can I cast Mage Hand?
Sure.
And
Yep.
maybe use the Mage Hand to open the case that's on the desk?
Nancy has backup mage hand.
So you're looking at the desks in this room, F3.
Yeah.
Okay. The room is dedicated to the copying of library text. The 3 desks are of fine quality, but could use some maintenance. The book on the desk has a bookmark poking out from its pages. It's an ancient tome, its title worn away over time. Its pages fall out if opened, and the leather case on the other desk contains a set of calligrapher's supplies.
Oh. Yeah, one of those already. Maybe.
Did we open the book to the bookmark?
He said the pages fall out if you open it.
Right, yeah.
So if I touch it, does anyone have a min kit trip to fix it?
I do not know. I'll take the calligrapher supplies.
All right. Have everybody make a perception check. Or actually, one is enough. Kyle got it. So you see some scratches on the wall behind the molding tapestry.
Scratches on the wall behind the tapestry?
Right.
Can I tell what type scratches?
Well, if you go to investigate, do you want to move this tapestry out out of the way so you can see what's behind it?
Do you want to stand back and I can have my mage hand do that?
I will let the mage hand move the tapestry.
All right. So, written on the wall, scratched into the stone wall, are the lyrics of a rhyme.
One, two, Freddy's coming for you.
1, 2. I haven't watched that in years. I might have to watch it now.
See a mother scything wheat, forgotten husband sleeping near. With one swing she took his feet, with another took his ear. And it goes on as I won't make you suffer from my poetry reading.
Not nearly as scary as if you just did the Freddy Krueger thing.
Right? 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, right? So that is scratched into the wall. No real explanation of what it is, but that's what you see. But
Nancy's like, thank God, I feel so much safer.
Muriel, let's get a perception check from Muriel. And you know what? Fancy, too. Perception, Muriel and Fancy.
Okay.
Oh, Muriel pulling it off. So, in the Firefly room, words scratched into the floorboards in a manic script. The words read, "Finish the rhyme."
What was the first?
Finish them.
Muriel.
So I imagine that's you're talking about the crazy running in the other room.
The Shimshime thing.
Yeah.
Go the distance.
That sounds like a job for Fancy finishing a rhyme, don't you guys think?
Yes. Bring me to the rhyme. What is the original rhyme?
Reading it actually now. It's under the
Oh, Shemshime's rhyme. Okay, I know.
You know what? I hate you all.
why?
And I'll let that hang in the air for dramatic tension before I explain why. Because I looked at that word, and for like days, I was like, Shemshimi, Shemshimi, Shemshimi. And even my stepdaughter looked at it and said Shemshime. I'm like, no, I don't think it's that. And you guys, every single one of you tonight have read that and you just said Shemshime, Shemshime, Shemshime. And I'm like, I'm the asshole who didn't know how to read this word? Like, okay, yep. AITA.
Yeah. I only knew for one reason. I heard you rant about that the other day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, forgot about that.
I do have a tendency of repeating my rants. Stoner's memory, unfortunately.
I know nothing about that.
Right. All right. So yeah, you find here now your rooms. However, your rooms are on the third sublevel. Again, if you were to go over here, if you can see where I'm pinging, there's another set of stairs that lead down, and that is where your rooms are. Unless you want to do more up here while Edbur is doing some of the restoration work on this level.
I'm good to go upstairs. Anyone else want to go down?
Is that the? Did you say the stairs on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Good enough.
Moving people down as they get their tokens over here.
Here.
Dagon. Let's see. We need Salim. And lastly, Miss Rhea.
Is it
Oh,
me? Is that a
Dagon.
real narrow corridor?
Dagon wanted to check out that room, right? There was a door down there.
Sorry.
Let me open
I
this.
found
Yeah, let me tell you what that is, because I don't know off the top of my head. So leather bits, wood shavings, and paper scraps litter the floor near a large workbench. Tools and contraptions are organized neatly around a handful of books in different states of disrepair. Stools surround the bench, one of which has a leather apron draped over it. Books in need of repair apparently are brought here. A ledger rests on one of the stools. It's open to a list of 4 book titles, each one with a note saying repairs needed in the entry beside it. The titles and their associate repairs are as follows. And I'm going to put this in the Roll20 chat. So, starting with Festivals and Festivities of Ancient Cormyr, replace cover. Living a Dream, 3 Years Among Stone Giants, replace cover. Shemsheim's Bedtime Rhyme, repair spine. And Halfling Superstitions, rebind.
I feel like we should grab that third one.
Well,
The Shemshime one?
yeah.
this is a ledger. These are not the actual books. But, Dagon, why don't you make either a perception or investigation check?
Can I guide myself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm,
All
I
right,
need to.
that's enough. So you notice that the books on the workbench are 3 of the books on the list, but Shemsheim's Bedtime Rhyme is missing. I'm going to open a few more doors for you, Muriel.
We must go forward.
Sorry, I was lighting a candle.
So,
All right, so your assigned rooms, I've gone ahead and, let's not get ahead of myself. Let me read you about the room you're in here at the end of this long tunnel. Let me read you about the long tunnel. So, it's cold in this tunnel. A low, barrel-vaulted ceiling crowds the already narrow passage. Light from a firefly lamp that hangs on a hook in the wall is inadequate to illuminate the entire space. It's a claustrophobic hallway that runs beneath the stacks, leading to the living quarters. At the far end is a closed but unlocked door, and lamps hang from hooks every 10 feet on alternating sides of the passage, but only one lamp around halfway into the passage gives off any light. The others have dead fireflies piled at the bottom of them. Now, when you come into this door at the end of the hallway, you see a kitchen. There's a dirty skillet standing out amongst the otherwise immaculate kitchen. And the smell of bacon in the air hints at the skillet's former contents. A door in the southeast corner hangs open a crack.
I look around for the bacon.
Right? Let me do a search. I'm going to do a search in the entire descent into Avernus for the word bacon. Bacon, bacon, bacon. No matches were found. Yep. All right. In that bedroom that you just entered, Muriel, there are two beds positioned on opposite walls, flanking a wash basin in an otherwise bare room. Both beds are made, but the blanket on one of them is a bit rumpled. The other doors, there's a door that hangs open next door.
There's a person. Yeah.
Right.
Is this the daughter?
So there's a child sleeping here. Toys are scattered on an unmade bed, and piles of clothes obscure all but a few bare patches of the floorboards. Above a writing desk in the corner dangles a dragon marionette made from brass and wood, with wings of canvas dyed red. A round firefly lamp hangs in the opposite corner. So, do you enter the room while this child is sleeping, or?
Just make a quick decision.
I go into this room to go to sleep.
Okay, that door wasn't open.
Oh, it went right through. It's open to.
Right.
Oh, back up.
Let me check on my thing here. Yep, okay, I forgot to turn on one setting. Okay, now you can't walk through walls. Yay! It would have been helpful to have that on before, but I don't think it matters too much, frankly. So again, the door is open to F8. The door is open to F9, but there's a child inside. The door is open to F12, but all the other doors are closed.
You said there's a lantern in the child's room. Is it on? So there's a light on in there?
It is, right.
Okay, I'm gonna just go in the room for a sec.
Okay.
Get a closer look at what she's got.
So, you can see creepy pictures, obviously or apparently done by the child, that depict scenes done in loud colored paint in a style typical of a child. One of the images shows a man whose feet have been severed. Blood pours from his ankles and from the severed feet next to him. Another shows a boy underwater grasping at his throat. And the last one shows a dog with a severed hand in its mouth. A black cloud hovers over each scene.
Alright, that's from the rhyme. Yeah, she's... Okay, that's creepy. Okay, that's creepy. I'm going away from her.
All right.
What's in this room?
So, this one is there's a beautiful painting of Candlekeep on the south wall, looming over the 5 beds that crowd this room. A narrow shelf tucked into the northeast corner holds jars of fruit preserves and pickled vegetables. But this is one of the rooms you were given. You were basically assigned F8 and F12 to use amongst you.
Oh, so that 14's locked?
Let me see. So, Yeah. Yeah, you know, is it locked? Here's the question. Now, I'm going to tell you that it's Varnir's room. That old elf lady, when you first came in, who asked you to carry the books, she's the, person in charge here.
If it's not locked, it isn't. It isn't now.
Let's flip a coin to see if it's locked. I think this lady living in a monastery is probably, but at the same time, there's other people down here that aren't members of the monastery. So yes, they're locked, and yes, you picked the lock to open the door. And I'm going to let you in and tell you what's in there. So this bedroom could be another wing of the library for all the books packed into the shelves that line the walls. 2 5-foot-tall candlesticks in the middle of the room have magical flames flickering atop them. A welcome reprieve from the relatively dim light of the firefly lamps.
So she looks like she has everything very organized.
This room includes a large cushion, an armoire, and a green velvet reading chair.
I'm going to look at the books and see if there's anything interesting.
The books in here represent her personal collection.
So nothing really.
Boring.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just said boring.
Right?
So there's really nothing interesting. If that's the case, I'm going to take the book in the middle of the bottom shelf and replace it with the book on the right of the top shelf.
Okay. Just mess with her head. All right. Now, coming out of the room next to you, Muriel, to your south, is a tabaxi. This, let's see what she says. So, she, let me look at the inhabitants again. She, right. Okay. She is a gregarious tabaxi, and she offers you a greeting as she is heading out. She is headed over to the pillars to conduct some research that she was doing, but she's bumping to you in the hallway as she kind of moves her way through. And she closes and locks her door behind her as she goes.
So she's leaving?
She left, right.
Before she closed her door, did I get a peek in there?
Yeah, let's see. So the room is furnished with a bed, a wash basin, and a writing desk. The desk has a tiny clockwork oyster resting on it.
Clockwork oyster.
Right.
That sounds interesting. Alright, but she locked her door.
She did, yes.
We can fix that.
Yeah, we can,
Dan, on the way out of the other room, I'm going to lock the door behind me.
Okay. So any effort to break into that other room, or is you guys just want to turn it in for the night and get in your long rest?
I'll try to pick the lock.
All right. That's good enough. All right. So it's already open. I can see that. So lying next to the clockwork oyster is a metal key. Looks like the metal key gets inserted into the clockwork oyster.
Can I do that with my mage hand from out here?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, Mage Hand will pick up the key and insert it into the clockwork oyster.
So you use an action to wind the oyster, and soothing ocean sounds start to emanate from the device.
I like it. Can I take this, guys, or would that be bad? Would that be rude?
We can come back for it later because we got to get into the keep, and that could screw us up. Just me thinking about it.
Alright, I'll put everything back.
We can come back for it when we leave. Dan, before I go to sleep, I'm going to do a detect magic, just since I'm going to sleep and I don't have to ritually cast it because I'm going to get the spell back.
Okay. Let's see. Does detect magic detect potions?
Yes.
Through how much stone?
Let me,
That I don't know.
yeah, I'm trying to pull it up and what's.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Whoever finds it first gets inspiration. I should do this more often instead of looking up rules myself.
To get other people to look it up.
Minions, fetch! The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone. We're going to say that these walls are a foot.
Okay.
So, fortunately, you don't detect anything, but you're not sure that you could penetrate these walls.
Is this a door above me?
It is.
Is that one locked?
If I said that Varnier's door was locked, then this one is locked too.
Pick. Ooh.
Ooh, look at that. Alright, so this sparse bedroom is tidy, apart from a clay bowl containing the remnants of a particularly vinegary meal resting on a large trunk.
A trunk, huh?
The room is furnished with a bed, a small round table with a rickety chair, and a mirror hanging above a wash basin. A round woven green rug with gray fringe covers the floor.
I want to stand back and open the trunk with my mage hand.
Alright. The trunk holds a set of avowed robes and a heavy wool coat.
That's all? That's boring. Okay.
This kind of is a monastery type thing, so.
When you look under the bed, you actually find an ornate circular box decorated with silver filigree.
I'm not supposed to take stuff, though.
Guys, you gotta take it.
What?
I didn't say we won't take it, I just say we're not going to take it right now.
Right. I'll bring it out with my mage hand. Just look to see what it is.
It's a box. Do you look inside the box?
What's in the box?
I'm gonna put it on the bed and use my mage hand to open it on the bed to see if anything happens.
Okay, a packet of blue dye explodes all over Alright. So, inside the box is a small glass figurine of a woman fixed to a wooden stand and a post meant to hold a ring, though the ring is missing.
Put your ring in there.
I don't have a ring.
Don't talk about rings, that's a sensitive subject.
Right.
Is this a woman on a post? Is it like a ballerina? Is this like a music box?
It's more of a keepsake.
Huh. A woman on a post? That's weird.
Looks
Okay.
like it's holds a ring, but there's
Okay.
no ring on it. Right.
Alright. I will put it back under the bed. Okay, I guess there's nothing interesting. Time to go to bed.
1 second.
Which rooms were we given?
8 and
12,
12.
I think?
8 and 12.
Okay.
Right.
Let's go in here.
There is, I would be remiss not to point out that there is one door
Oh,
that
there's a
was
door.
left unchecked.
Alright. Assume it's locked since
So yes,
we're saying these doors are locked.
Yeah, this one is definitely locked. No dice on that.
Whoop. Hey Kyle, did you go to sleep? Where'd Kyle go?
Out by the door.
To say,
Oh,
I,
there you go.
I think I have the
Okay.
knock spell, so if we really want to get in there, I can.
Right, Kyle, you are thwarted. This lock is a tough one.
Can I point? Oh, no,
Save.
spend a luck. Try again.
I was about to say I have
Oh.
knock. Pretty sure.
No, they're not.
I look back at Salim and say, "You want to knock on the door?"
Yeah, I just very nonchalantly walk up. I do a very soft knock while casting the spell knock. Very aggressively looking in the eye of both of them.
That was so smooth. That was So what happens? What?
We don't get in that door. Oh wait, knock. You knock it.
Yes,
We
I
might have got a little
do
aggressive.
Spell knock, like just very. I don't really say what I'm doing. I just walk up, one light little tap on the door as I am like making eye contact with Grimgar and Muriel, watching them struggle with this.
This room is crawling with wingless, larval fireflies. Hundreds of these tiny glowworms cling to every surface, shedding light throughout. A canvas hammock hangs between two pillars near the center of the room. An engraving of a goat wearing a crown leans against the north wall.
A goat wearing a crown.
Right. And, there is a Kenku in here. What are you doing in my room?
Is this room 12?
No!
Oh, sorry.
Comes over and he slams the door shut.
Okay, all right. What is
Cancun? What is it? Cancun? Is that a race?
Kenku.
Yeah, it's like the
Kenku. They are a flightless bird people.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they don't fly. They have hands and arms, not wings. But they have big old raven-like beak faces.
Matt,
thought we were back in
Mercer made him famous.
And this Kenku was wearing the robes of the Avowed of Candlekeep. So this was not a guest. This was staff.
Do we know what this goat with a crown thing is?
Oh, in his room? An engraving of a goat wearing a crown. Right. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not some weird god thing or something.
So it literally says here, I'm just seeing it now, there is nothing remarkable about the crowned goat engraving that leans against the north wall. It's about 3 feet tall and weighs 150 pounds.
Alright, Kenku just likes goats.
What is that made out of? for being so heavy.
Let's get into that 300-pound oak.
All right, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, I guess we go to sleep.
All right. So again, because the House of Rest had an influx of guests, you were forced to stay in the only available rooms down here in the Firefly Cellar. Let's see. So okay. So I'm going to turn off the dynamic lighting movement restrictions so that you can move freely between the walls, because then you guys can move between all 3 levels of the Firefly Cellar without me having to move your tokens. So let me turn that back off, even though I just turned it on. All right, so everybody gets a full rest. First things first, right? We gotta go through that. And let's everybody can either pick a room, F8 or F12. Just go ahead and move your tokens, and then we will see where the morning goes, or where the evening goes, rather. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. Who are we missing? Fancy, right?
And Rhea.
Right. There we go. Ray is going to sleep with you guys, and we'll stick Fancy in with Muriel and Kyle and Salim. Okay. All right. So, long rest, first of all. Everybody can get that. After your first night in the Firefly Cellar, you gather around a table in the center of the collection's main floor. So let me move you back to the main floor. I'll get you on this one, which I guess is the middle floor, right? Or no, that would be the upstairs, I'm guessing. The top floor.
It'd probably be the finished floor, right?
Right. So yeah, you all can you can either move your tokens, or we can deal with that. I don't think there's going to be any combat right now, so we can kind of play that a little fast and loose. But you do gather around the... Oh, it says the table in the center of the collection's main floor. So that means the middle floor then, right where you are, Muriel. So
Is this guy still here?
We'll say... Let me see. All right. I think we're good. All right. So you're on the center table of the main floor here, and it's quiet until you notice that your companions are humming a melody under their breath. The same tune that's been stuck in your head since you woke up. After a moment, you realize that you are humming along too.
Can you guess which melody too, right? Shimsheen?
Well, nobody seems to know any words, but you are all humming this same rhyme, and it seems to match the words that you have read. Yeah.
Is this guy here?
I'm going to say yes. Let me get who else I think is there over. We'll say Cthulhu. The Tabaxi is here. Let's put Crinkle. People all around this table. All right. And let's make it official and just move a couple other people over here. go. Now it's official.
So if we are,
Right.
if we're humming this tune, can
Right.
we ask? I want to ask these people if they know what tune that is.
Would Fancy know what doing that was?
It's the one that's scratched on the wall, right?
Right.
But like, do these people seem disturbed by this?
Ebder actually speaks up. He says, "Would you mind? I'm trying to work." And he asks you to please stop humming.
Well, do you know what song that is? It's like stuck in my head. I can't get it out.
I'm sure I don't know.
It's time to get together.
Have you ever heard your daughter sing it?
I don't think so. This morning, you people humming it is the first I'm hearing of it.
What do you mean, you people?
You non-monks.
Where is your daughter?
As far as I know, she's in her room. Why do you care?
Don't you ever like check on her? What kind of father are you?
I'm sure that that I am a very good father. Thank you very much. I've taken care of all of her needs, and unfortunately, I have to work. Maybe a concept that you're not familiar with.
My work is shooting people in the head. You want me to show you?
I'm sure I don't need a demonstration of that, you brute.
Do you know if your daughter likes to draw?
Of course she does. She's a
Paint?
child.
What kind of things does she like to draw?
This whole conversation is leading me to feel very uncomfortable. Why are you so interested in my daughter?
It's the favorite part of Fancy's night.
I think that she has been drawing some disturbing things, and if you were really as attentive as you say you are, you would know that. If you don't believe me, just go check it out.
So I'm sure I will. And he gets up and he storms away.
Okay.
He's going downstairs to check on his daughter after all this fuss you're making.
I'll just wait.
Your misogyny is showing.
All right, so Ebder has buggered off, leading everybody else down here. So here's the thing.
We're gonna finish the poem.
You can't stop the rhyme. Cthulhu has asked you if you don't mind, and you find yourself, you stop for a few seconds, but as soon as your mind wanders onto something else, you find yourself humming it again. In fact, you have to concentrate as per the spell rules in order to maintain not humming it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we gotta
Got
solve
another
that poem. Remember, it's scratched on the floor.
Yeah. How finish the rhyme? What does that mean?
We just gotta make something that rhymes like that. The rest of it does.
And we couldn't find that book, right? That book was missing.
Right.
I think we might have to find in the book.
Wait. Ask these people if they have seen that book.
No, they certainly haven't. But there are so many different books down here. After a few minutes of this, Ed Burr comes back and says, I saw the drawings you were talking about, and I asked my daughter about them, and she said it was just something she imagined. And while I admit they're a little grisly, I don't think there's any cause for alarm here. She's a girl with an active imagination.
Have you guys like not gone into this room that's like 30 feet away from you?
And to see what?
The creepy rhyme that's behind the tapestry?
So, Edgar goes and looks at it, and he says, "That's odd." And I wonder, we never noticed it behind the tapestry before. And you say that has something to do with this rhyme?
Well, okay. So, remember the pictures that your daughter made?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of match, right?
Right.
So something very
You
strange
gotta
is
go
going on.
full SVU on this mofo right now.
So, that is when you hear the hatch in the ceiling of the upper floor slam shut, followed by the sound of several mechanical locks engaging.
Uh-oh.
Varnier, the senior ranking avowed in the Firefly Cellar, has locked the hatch, sealing herself, you all, Edbur, his daughter Galeby, Cthulhu the Tabaxi, and Crinkle the Kenku are all now locked in the Firefly Cellar. Varnier descends the spiral staircase, humming the cursed tune in a soft voice. Then you can see with effort on her face, she suppresses her humming and shares the following information. When I first arrived at Candlekeep, the Avowed were concerned about a singing malaise. A book merchant had been afflicted with it, and he was put into isolation after several Avowed began singing the song as well. She pauses and frowns. I don't know what happened to him or the others. This was 600 years ago. She gathers her composure and adds, I've alerted the Avowed and sealed the exit to stop whatever this is from spreading. We are now all quarantined.
Okay. Do you know what it means to finish the rhyme?
How about we ask the daughter if she's got another
I think
vision?
maybe we need to talk to the daughter.
Yeah, I'm going to head down by the door. I'm just going to walk down. I'm not going
Yeah.
to say anything to that.
Okay.
Cthulhu, the Tabaxi, is very vocal about her discomfort with being confined down here. Edbur regards the quarantine as a minor annoyance and complains that all the commotion interferes with his work. Crinkle and Galeby are not present.
No parallels to real life here at all.
Right? Let's move him.
I was about to say, very fun fact. In World of Warcraft, there was a glitch that started to happen and affected players, and so they actually studied the data of the players and how they behaved, because they're like, oh, okay, if your character's affected, stay in this area, and they studied that to see how people would behave in a pandemic.
Oh.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
There's
neat.
a whole study on it,
100%.
but it was a true thing that happened in the World of Warcraft servers.
Wow.
Hey, Dan, I'm going to AFK for a minute. My grandson just got home.
Okay, you got it, man. All right, so the door down to the Firefly cellar has been slammed shut, and you are all quarantined. Cthulhu is here. Varnier is obviously here. Crinkle and Galeby, Galeby being the daughter, Crinkle being the Kenku. Neither of them are present at this time. Varnier refuses to speculate about the singing malaise, since she's not a spellcaster and doesn't want to guess at the cause without evidence. But perhaps we can find an answer in all this, she says, waving around the disheveled room. So let's talk about who you're quarantined with, just so we all are clear. I'll give a little screenshot here. And I'm going to drop this in the Discord chat so you can all see it. These are the cellar inhabitants. Varnir, the elderly elf, who apparently was here 600 years ago when this singing malaise first made its appearance in Candlekeep. Edbur and his daughter Galeby, Cthulhu the Tabaxi, and Crinkle the Kenku. Cthulhu is a guest here at Candlekeep, while Edbur and Crinkle are part of the Avowed.
So we're at the tavern.
You are underneath the House of Rest in the Firefly Cellar, and you've been quarantined.
Okay.
Okay. Fancy just starts playing some random stuff.
So let's get Edbur up in here because now he's looking in there.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there anywhere we haven't explored yet?
No, you've got all the Firefly Cellar covered. It's been 100% explored at this point. But you're trapped here.
Right. Okay, I just wanted to just double check that we had. Okay, I guess not knowing what else to do, Salim just starts browsing just browsing around looking for something that might be interesting, like curses or rhymes, like illnesses. He's just looking for material.
All right. Let's do an investigation check, I guess. Mixed results. You don't find exactly what you're looking for, but maybe a little.
It's a start, he's just grabbing books, anything that looks like it might help.
Right. There's so many books.
You say,
Go ahead.
was it veneer that's been there for 600 years? Is that what you said?
Say it again. I just didn't quite understand.
Was there a character that's been there for 600 years?
Yes, Varnir has been working at Candlekeep for 6 centuries.
And has he been quarantined for that long?
No, oh God, no. There was this small outbreak that happened, and they were able to contain it before it spread too bad, but they never figured out what the cause was.
Okay, but it hasn't been going on for 600 years.
No. It's a lot of the books down here again have been neglected for a long time, so it's possible that all this work has unearthed something.
Yeah.
I go down and ask the little girl. She drew this all out so far. I ask her if she's got a feeling for another drawing. Trying to get see if she can give us the idea for the last verse.
So, as you talk to her, she's down in her room, down in F9.
Yeah, I moved down there.
And she is now. She was asleep before, but she's awake now, and she's more interested in showing off her toys than fielding questions. When you ask her about her drawings, she gets scared that she's in trouble and turns quiet.
Oh, I liked your drawings. I was just trying to see if you had inspiration for another one. I was more interested to see more.
She doesn't want to play that game right now. She wants to play with her dolls. Will you play with her dolls?
I will sit down and play with her with the dolls. What else do I have to do right now?
All right.
Can Fancy assist with playing doll songs?
long as it's not wheels and the bus go around.
Or Baby Shark.
I don't know. Well, Baby Shark was my go-to, but if you want to run,
No.
I had my granddaughter in my office during her school vacation week, and for about an hour every day, she had a dance to Baby Shark.
All right. So what? Who do you guys want to talk to? You've got a short list of those to talk to. Galebead really didn't get you too far.
Should we talk to the Kenku about his goat with the crown?
Yeah.
Would that be something worth investigating?
Sure.
you can always trust a Kenku.
You guys can do that. I'm playing dolls. With 2 daughters and a granddaughter, that's not the first time.
So the exit hatch has been targeted by an arcane lock spell, which can only be dispelled using the key in Varnir's possession. Okay, so enough about that. There's effectively no getting out. Will a knock work on an arcane lock automatically?
Let's see.
Yeah, casting knock on an object suppresses arcane lock for 10 minutes, so you could get out whenever you wanted, but then the infection might spread.
Yeah.
In which probably go insane.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I don't want to. Saleem's not interested in leaving until this stops because he doesn't like the fact that we're all humming this rhyme.
So, a couple hours goes by, and Edber is seated here on the main floor at the table. And some of you might be here, some of you might be elsewhere. You know, you're kind of milling about. It's kind of boring, so feel free to move your tokens wherever you want. But I won't necessarily hold you to 100%. This is where you are if something happens. But a shrill sound tears through the entire cellar, overpowering all the other noise. Though it rapidly rises to an uncanny pitch, you recognize Edber's voice. And anyone who was here can see Edber's eyes are bulging in terror as he hums the rhyme's melody. The rest of his body is paralyzed. He's cold to the touch. He continues to sing the rhyme over and over for 5 minutes. During this time, Galeby runs into the room to try to help her father, terrified by his behavior. And Crinkle follows her, tries to console the child with little effect.
We're not playing dolls anymore.
Now, Edber stops singing.
Oh no!
And after he's singing, for the next 10 minutes, all the fireflies in the lamps flicker out at irregular intervals, leaving the library in darkness for several seconds at a time.
We're all gonna have epileptic seizures.
All right, so we've really got to come back and talk about this behavior on you. We're going to have to really check how this is going to unfold. It's really going to be how well you all can concentrate on not humming the rhyme. So let me come back to resisting the rhyme. So the characters can will themselves not to sing the rhyme, but doing so requires concentration as though casting a spell. A silence spell would negate the rhyme in the infected area. A remove curse spell or similar magic. Ends the curse on a creature, so you could always try that. But to know how many of you are singing at any one time, I'm going to eventually have to call for concentration checks. So let's do that now. A concentration check.
It's a charisma check, right? A constitution check, I mean, right?
I think it's a Constitution saving throw. I think effectively.
Yep.
A Constitution saving throw against DC 10.
Uh-oh.
And this one's for everybody. So let's see who got below 10. Kael is singing the rhyme. Marcus is concentrating. Joe Fancy is singing the rhyme.
Alright, I thought that went through.
Dagon is singing the rhyme.
Now that's not a charm, right?
No. Muriel is singing the rhyme. Let's see. Let me do a check for Rhea here. She failed. She's singing the rhyme. And Salim. What was Salim's got there? No, Constitution saving throw, Salim. There it is, 17. You made it, so you're concentrated. So it says, whenever at least half the characters are singing, roll on the influence table to determine what happens. So we're going to roll again on that influence table. And I got a 1 again. Go to hell. I'm going to re-roll that. There we go.
What?
All right. So, let me find this. Three shadows appear in the room, and they begin to attack. So we can roll for initiative.
Damn.
I knew everything was going to fall apart. It was going way too.
One, two, three, four, five. Who are we missing from initiative? One, two, three, four, five, six, and 3 shadows, and we sort by descending. I'm not even going to bust out the battle music because this is going to be an easy fight, I think. Muriel, let's get you. Were you upstairs when all this happened, or were you on the main floor with everybody else down here? And you are muted, darling.
I did want to go upstairs to look around.
Okay.
So I guess I am upstairs. Can I move though? Like, because this is the balcony. It says balcony railing overlooking F2. So can I look down?
Yeah, sure can.
I mean, it's not showing me anything on Roll20, but can I see the shadows down there?
Yeah, we can say that you can see this one from where you're standing.
Okay. Then I'll pull out my short bow and shoot it.
Ooh, that's a nice hit. Now, that is a magical bow, so sneak attack doesn't apply. So just 6 piercing. takes all 6. Those magical weapons are going to really pay off for you guys. Alright, this shadow up here. Let's see, he's got a movement of 40. 10, 15, 20, 25. Goes right for Salim. Ooh, does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Alright, let me change it so you can see the rolls. But I will do a quick cut and paste of this so you can just see your damage here from the shadow. Here it comes in Discord. So 10 necrotic damage and your strength score is reduced by 1d4.
Oh wait, I have resistance to necrotic,
Oh, good.
so that I believe that's only half.
5. Your strength score is reduced though.
What is it reduced to?
1d4.
Oh, okay. Let me roll that.
3 points off your strength. Make a note of your original
Oh, it's
strength.
really bad. I'm at a 5.
Wow.
Salim is a very weak guy, okay?
Right. All right. You die if your strength goes to 0. Otherwise, target finishes short or long rest. Okay. This here. Again. They have this amorphous trait so they can squeeze right through the smallest spaces and just make a beeline straight for you, Kyle. And that attack misses. I'm so fancy.
God. Oh my god. Alright, Kyle. I assume I can get to this spot.
Yep. Yeah, how much are you carrying, Kyle? Are you encumbered now?
You mean Celine?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Let me check. I don't think I have. Oh, yeah, my backpack, I have a bunch of stuff. It doesn't say, how would I know if I'm encumbered? Like, how would I know if I'm struggling?
Your movement. Are you doing it on Beyond or are you doing it on Roll20?
I'm using Beyond right now.
Okay, I'm thinking you would notice it in your movement speed if your movement speed decreased.
It still says 30.
Okay. All right, and you did change your strength score officially?
Yes,
Okay,
I
all right.
overrided
Yeah,
it,
then
so it says -3.
You must be okay.
It just says 5.
I kept it simple.
Well, let me see if I'm going to take a quick look here. I've got access.
If you go to inventory, it should tell you if you're unencumbered or not.
Right.
Or encumbered.
Yeah, it says
Yeah, it
weight
says
carried,
unencumbered.
unencumbered.
Oh, right. Weight carried, yeah, on Salim, 17, 2 pounds. You are unencumbered. You're not carrying a lot.
Oh, Salim didn't have much to his name. There's a little backstory there, but for another time.
Wait, you didn't die, did you?
Wait a second. Oh, I see what the problem is. You're not wearing your backpack. That's the problem. You see,
well,
I'm going
I
to
would
check
just-
on your backpack. You see now?
Okay, yeah, it would be.
Oh.
Over
Interesting.
carrying capacity. So you've got to drop your backpack. You drop your backpack, now you're carrying 17 pounds. You're fine. But your backpack is 65 and would put you in a seriously encumbered state.
Yeah, that's fine. I was about to say, if anything, I was thinking the backpack is probably in the room for right now.
Right. There you go.
If we were heading out, I would have grabbed the backpack,
Right. Right. Anybody with innate strength probably is taking off their backpack every opportunity they get. Right. All right. So Fancy was doing a vicious mockery against this fella here. So let's do a wisdom save. Made it. Is vicious mockery a cantrip? I can never remember.
It is. It is.
Okay. All right. And then we go to the unencumbered Salim because she left her backpack in her room.
Okay. I do not like that thing. So what I'm going to do is, and I've never used it until this point, so I'm going to use something called Radiant Consumption.
Ooh.
It's a bonus action. But basically, I cast a bright light that has a 10-foot radius from me.
Expected Patron.
And then I get an additional 10 feet of dim light. But any creatures within 10 feet have to take radiant damage.
No save?
It doesn't really.
No
It's
attack
just
roll, no save?
no. It's just like feat. It just
Causing
says
searing, like putting transfer. You said at the
It's just
end
you
of
and
each
each
of your
creature.
turns, you and each creature within 10 feet of you take radiant damage. So
so.
that's gonna hit. Where are you standing right now? So 10 feet. I'm gonna give. Yeah, so it would only hit that one shadow. So he takes 10 radiant damage.
Mhm.
And guess what? He's vulnerable
Well,
to
no,
radiant.
not 10 radiant damage. I'm sorry. He's supposed to take
Oh, radiant damage equals
4.
to half your level rounded up.
Okay, wait. It says 4 on D&D Beyond for some reason. Spells still or extra 40. Okay, yeah. So I'm level 4, so that would be 2.
All right,
Whatever.
so 2 radiant damage.
Yep. And I'm gonna, as my main action, cast shield on myself. So I have a little bit protection.
Should have casted that when he went to hit you.
Right, that's a reaction to cast that, so you'll want to wait until there's a trigger on that.
Okay. Then sorry, I'm getting it confused with the other spell. Mage armor. That's what I was confusing.
Right.
All right. Instead, I will use cantrip of firebolt.
Firebolt
why not?
hits for 1 damage. They're resistant to fire, but I can't have a 1, so he still takes 1 damage. Okay.
Well, that's good to know then.
All right. Yeah, he's vulnerable to radiant, so he took 4 damage from the radiant. And this shadow over here squeezes through, and let's say we'll come up on Rhea. And he hits Rhea for 6 necrotic damage. Rhea has to reduce her strength by 1d4. So she's reduced by 4 temporarily. Alright, so that's Rhea's strength down to 12. I'm going to just make Rhea strength 16. I gotta make a note to change that back, otherwise I'll be permanently crippling Rhea with that, and we don't want that. Alright, and then we go to Kael.
The one that's on Salim.
Right.
Not gonna hit that attack. Now my second attack.
There you go, 19 for 14 force damage.
Yep.
From across the room, kablooey. You use your force ballista, and it just scatters this thing to the necrotic winds. And we go to Dagon.
Okay, who is this character?
He is one of the avowed monks. She is a Kenku named Crinkle.
Oh, that's the Kenku.
Right.
So it's not posing a threat.
No. One of the library staff, right.
Okay. Since Kenkus are small, I'm gonna make my way around them. Right there.
All right.
And
And is that it, Dagon?
no, I'm gonna
Okay.
just hit with the warhammer.
Warhammer, leavening bludgeoning damage. That is not magical, though, so it gets halved to 5. All right. Marcus.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Whoops, wrong thing. I'm going to move and go on with the turn undead.
Ooh, all right.
And it's,
Anybody within
D-
30 feet is a wisdom saving throw.
That's DC 14.
That's everybody.
All right.
Well,
so
that's any undead.
going left to right on that. So the first one made it, but the second failed. Must spend its turn moving far away. So let's put a yellow dot on the 2 that failed, or 1 that failed, right? Because there's only 2 left.
Yeah.
All right, so this one failed. That means it will spend its turn moving away. All right, Muriel.
All right, I just came down here just so I could see what's going on, but I'm actually up here.
Right.
So I'm gonna shoot the one that I can see again.
Right.
Shoot.
All right.
I do get
flies. You scatter that shadow. He is no more. All right, and then we go to a dead shadow. We go to a live shadow, who's going to attack Kael. No dice. Fancy. Put it away.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, so I thought me and Kyle had, flanking on this shadow that's right here, but apparently you just started shooting other places. So.
My crossbow, if I use it on him, I'm at disadvantage. So I shot.
Nancy's not really trying to hear that. Sorry, I'll fix this.
Okay.
I'm so fancy.
Celine was getting her ass kicked. Actually,
she lost a little bit of strength, right? She's not good in the strength department. She was a weakling to begin with.
All right, I am going to. I'm going to go beyond viciously mocking this. I didn't just cast sleep, right? That's not what I was trying.
No, not sleep.
All right, I am going to try and cast Hideous Laughter.
All right. Failed his wisdom save. What does that spell do?
Oh.
I think it's a child.
Yeah, it's neutral up. Hold on.
Yeah, you got it. There we go. Blah, 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 or fall prone. He's immune to the prone position because he's a shadow. But it doesn't say he's resistant to incapacitated. So we're going to say he's incapacitated.
For a minute.
All right. That's Fancy's job. All right. Fancy did his job.
So yeah, he's incapacitated, unable to do actions or reactions. Creatures of intelligence score of 4 or less isn't effective. They've got a 6 intelligence. Each of its turns, it takes damage. It can make another wisdom save at the end of each of its turn. And each time it takes damage. Okay. Salim.
Okay. Let me see. Is there... Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get over. Just trying to figure out a way where I won't hit anyone else. My ability. Let's see. Okay. That might work. Quick question. This image is like, what exactly are these things that are drawn?
10-foot tall bookcases.
Fuck. Okay.
With,
I'm gonna, you know what?
Plants on the top of them.
Plants on the top of them. God damn it. I was hoping. I bet you my radius is not gonna be able to pass through. Okay. I'm gonna end that radiant consumption.
Okay.
For now. As much as I would love to use it, I don't want to get anyone else hurt because this thing doesn't have a friendly fire option.
Right.
Where I wouldn't hurt everyone else.
Right.
So
that's a risk we're willing to take. Go ahead.
I'd rather not. I'm really weak right now. I'd rather keep my teammates happy and healthy. Let's see. I'm gonna do Dissonant Whispers at this thing. See how it does against psychic damage.
Wisdom save. Failed. 7 psychic damage. I don't see anything about resistance to psychic damage, so it takes all 7.
It does something else too.
Yeah, what's the secondary effect?
It runs away.
It uses its reaction to run?
Yeah.
Immediate reaction to run away. 10, 15, 20, 25. Does that, that's not forced movement, so that is provokes. So Fancy and Kyle, take your up attacks.
I can't use the range weapon for that, can I?
I think it's melee only, I think, yeah.
I only have one option for that. I have to fix it.
I'm about to slap.
And I'm going to miss probably.
Just barely, though. Only by 1. They're armor class 12.
Yeah, because all my attacks are either cantrip or ranged.
Alright, Joe hit.
Crazy question. You can't use your all-purpose tool? That doesn't count as a weapon?
I don't think so.
Cast spells with it.
It doesn't have hit stats, though, I don't think. I wish.
Alright, so, no, looks like, Joe did a point of damage. as it. But it was incapacitated. It can't take actions or reactions.
Oh, yeah. They can't move.
Right, incapacitated. So never mind. No Apotex, no nothing, because it can't run away. So it takes the damage from the whispers, but can't fulfill the second part of the criteria. And we'll go to Kyle.
I'm up close and personal. He's not wearing metal, right?
He's a shadow.
That's what I thought.
He's a shadow of his former self.
Shocking taser, 17 hits. 6 lightning damage. And we
Now
go-
my bonus action.
Oh, bonus action, sorry.
No worries.
12 hits for 16 force damage. That does it. Congratulations, you defeated the shadow. Apparently, one of the bad things that can happen if enough of you are singing or humming this rhyme, bad things can happen. So we'll do periodic checks on people's concentration abilities.
It's not like that Strahd madness thing is.
So that girl never wanted to do any more artwork, right?
Galeby, yes. Yeah, what does it say about her? Let me look back at Galeby. So, Galeby is an energetic 8-year-old. She loves to draw and insists on sharing her drawings with her father before bedtime. She wears a yellow hooded cape. Her personality is she's curious about everything. And she'll say anything to avoid getting in trouble. She's missing one. She has short, curly black hair and is missing one of her front teeth. So not quite like the icon, unfortunately, but yeah, that is her, and she's not sure why she drew those. She just said that her imagination just kept showing her these pictures, and so she tried to draw them. But she doesn't know anything about any more drawings or anything like that.
Okay. Are there books just on this floor and in the apartments downstairs, or is there books on the top floor too?
Books everywhere, right?
I'm gonna start at the top floor and just start working my way, searching for anything that has this shim shim thing on it.
Shemshine, right? It's obviously Shemshine. What are you doing?
I know. I'm just gonna say it 100 different ways before the night's over.
Shimmy.
Shim Shim Shiroo.
So
I'm
is my
exploring.
strength still all messed up?
So yeah, let's see. What did it say on the shadow here? Let me look it up again. I think you know what? I don't even have to look it up. It stays reduced until you do a short or long rest. And Ray is all about taking that rest and getting her strength back.
I'm looking around upstairs. I want to examine these statues. I'm looking for clues, I guess.
Okay.
Nancy will assist that.
That's my searching the books roll in case it makes a difference.
The tune continues to tug at each of your minds, willing you to intone its sequence of notes. The notes take on the shapes of words you're certain you've never heard before, but are somehow familiar to you as lyrics. And this is where you otherwise get known or exposed to the poem that you otherwise found carved onto the wall. This is Shemsheim's rhyme. So now the lyrics, you read it before, so they have familiarity. But it goes deeper with you now. Now it's like you feel like you could never forget this. This is it. It's really burning in your brain, and it's hard to maintain concentration on not humming during quiet moments where everything's kind of relaxed, and maybe people are taking a short rest, which I think we can do right now if everybody wants to short rest. It's hard to maintain that. So let me put Rhea back to 16 strength. There we go. All right. So at this point, whenever you're humming the rhyme, you're actually singing the words to the tune instead. You become aware that the song is not only in your head, but somewhere nearby, a deep and melodic voice is singing the words.
Can I tell what direction it's coming from?
Yeah. Coming from up here. Coming from the Firefly room.
Guess I'll head that way.
Fancy will follow.
So as you go into the Firefly room, you can hear the deep melodic voice singing the words to the rhyme, but it's muffled. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Anybody who wants to get into the room and search for the source of the voice.
Wow.
We got one more? Yeah. Wow, all right. So it takes 10 minutes of... oh, this is good. All right. So there's a loose stone in the floor beneath the lowest shelf on the east wall. Normally, finding it requires a DC 20 investigation check, but with the singing, the DC is lowered down to 10, so it becomes somewhat easy to identify. So moving the stone aside, well, actually, I shouldn't assume that you want to. You can see a loose stone, and apparently the singing is coming from behind the stone.
Who's the mage hand one?
Muriel, I think.
Yeah, I can do that. If you want to stand back, I can move it from outside the room.
Right?
I'm going outside the room, but keeping a line of sight on it.
Alright, I'm just going to read this. Moving the stone aside exposes blankety blank in a nook 5 foot across and 5 foot deep. Is that saying the stone is 5 foot across? I mean,
By the description, yeah.
It's a loose stone in the floor.
Does the stone, when you move the loose stone on the floor?
Do it. Mage, it's too heavy. Mage hand can't move this.
Is it a loose stone on the floor that you move, that the wall slides away, or are you actually sliding the wall away?
It's a secret compartment, a loose stone in the floor, beneath the lowest shelf on the east wall.
What if we double mage hand it? Can we at least like slide it?
I think you got to look at getting a strong man in here.
Darn it.
Well, my strength's only 11.
Rhea's got a 16.
So wait,
Plus we
what's
should
the
have-
seen
problem? Is it like locked or?
It's a 5-foot block.
It's heavy.
Okay, so I can't use knock.
No, we need someone strong to be able to move it. Who said they have a 17? Someone just said they have 17.
There you go.
No, I have 16.
So 16?
Yeah, I'm using Rhea. But then I have guidance as well.
I think you're going to have the best chance of moving it. I'm going to ready my crossbow. If something comes out at him, I'm going to plug it.
Okay. Dagon's going to give it a go, right? Athletics. You can do an athletics check.
Okay.
All right. You struggle, but Rhea steps in, Dagon, and helps you actually finish the job. It does expose a pile of bones in a nook 5 foot across and 5 foot deep. Investigating the bones reveals 2 humanoid bodies. One of the skulls has a hole in the back of it.
I didn't do it.
This time.
Right.
Any
What type of
like,
hole?
Well, it looked like he met the Italian mob.
He could have.
Yeah.
You can do a medicine check to determine the cause of death. Or you could look at the skull with the hole in the back of it and say, like, it looks like he got hit in the head.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Right.
Maybe an arrow.
It is. I should say here. I'm sorry. So the skull is the one with the hole in the back of the head, and that's the one that's singing Shemshime's rhyme.
okay. Yeah, seeing that, I'm gonna sacred flame the skull. So I want that shit to stop.
Even scientifically possible. A working hole.
Can we ask if it knows the last verse before you do?
Nope. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I guess. But no, I assume not.
Okay.
So let's do another concentration check. DC 10. It's a Constitution saving throw to see who is singing the rhyme and who is maintaining their concentration.
I really like this rhyme because I fail every time.
So if anyone needs it, I could give them guidance.
Stop rhyming.
Or
Actually, I'm going to try to use the inspiration I have. I can do that, right, Dan?
Right? That's what it says.
Kyle and Muriel.
Oh, yeah. Spending luck point. Try that again. There we go.
There you go, Marcus. All right.
That makes it from a 7 to a 12.
All right. That makes it a success. All right. So Muriel failed, right?
Yeah, I used a luck point and failed twice.
Celine made it. Dagon.
You just love that rhyme. You're not giving up yet.
Yep.
So Muriel has 9 or 4 or 5. Is it combined?
No, it's just 5. Well, it was my second one, I guess, so it was 4.
All
So,
right. Dagon
guidance wouldn't even
made it.
help.
Muriel failed. Fancy failed. And Marcus made it on his reroll. Okay, so let's see. We got 1, 2,
That's what I was
3,
doing. One way.
4 people singing. More than half of you are singing.
4 failed?
Yeah, fancy. Kyle, you made yours?
Yeah, I remember I did I spent
Oh,
the
7 to 12. 7 to 12,
Yep.
right. All right. So we have 3 of you singing and 3 of you not. Wait, where's
I
Rhea?
think there's
Where's
only
Rhea?
2 of us. I think there's
There's
only
only
2
two.
of us singing. It's because I
Oh,
rolled
and Rhea?
twice. That's why you're seeing 2 failures from me. Because I used a luck point, but I think it's just me and Muriel and Fancy that failed.
Muriel, Fancy, and Rhea failed.
Okay, well then now it's 3.
Did I roll
But
Rhea?
before,
I didn't roll Rhea, did I?
I don't think so. I think that's from last
No, it's
time.
not up there.
Right. Okay, let me roll her. She's the potential tiebreaker here. Constitution saving throw.
no, she's not because without her, there's 2. 2 people have failed so far.
Fancy, Muriel, and Rhea
That's all.
failed. She
Okay,
just
but
failed.
I think there's 4 who succeeded, right?
You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's 7 right and there's 4. 3 bad, 4 good. So no effect. So you avoid it for this time. Excellent job. You felt the dark forces gathering nigh, and enough of you were able to stuff down the recitation of the rhyme to keep it from having an influence. So that is excellent. We found the singing skull. It is a tiny object, and that is that. It just continues to do its singing.
I think Marcus might have shot it in the head.
Yeah, Sacred Flamed it.
Here, I'll put some bones here on the map. There we go.
Hold on. All right.
Anybody want to do anything with this skull and bones? This is the same room where you did find the words of Shemsheim's rhyme scratched into the wall.
And also the note on the floor saying "finish it."
Right.
Yeah, I Sacred Flamed the skull.
Oh, really? Okay. Let me come back to the.
Scroll way back up. DC 12 Dex save for 2 radiant damage.
So it can't dodge. So it hits for 2 radiant damage.
Yes.
The skull is visibly damaged. Parts of it have chipped and broken off, but it continues still to sing.
Are we trying to destroy it?
Can you consecrate this area?
Can I?
What song is it singing?
Yeah.
Shemsheim's rhyme.
We have a priest, cleric, or you're a cleric, right?
Yeah, cleric, but I can't do anything like that.
Now that I'm thinking about it, what kind of cleric are you? Like what
Life domain.
life domain? Okay.
Yep.
Do you want to destroy the skull?
I kinda do, unless others don't.
I'm trying to think if there's anything we should do before. I'll look over at Skull. Sing the last verse.
It doesn't respond to you at all. It's just
Worth a try.
continues belting along its thing. A speak with dead would work. But you know what? For that great scene in the movie, I've, as a DM, haven't really run into Speak with Dead an incredible amount. It just not seemed to be a spell that is taken as much as you might think.
I'd only do
Yeah.
that if I was doing a Jonah Hex spell.
Oh, that was like 4 people at once. I'm sorry. Let's go from the top down. What about Marcus first?
Oh, I was just gonna say, speak with dead. I mean, it's usually us killing, so
Yeah, right.
it's usually not necessary.
Right. Yeah, there's no mystery. Who killed you? Oh,
Yeah.
right, I did.
Yeah, I'd only take that spell if I was doing a Jonah Hex build.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the chicken?
All right.
I'm gonna cast Word of Radiance on
The Strahd chicken. You gotta tell him about the
Word
Strahd
of
chicken.
Radiance. What's that do?
just 6 points.
Oh, radiant damage. Okay. The skull splits right down the middle and breaks into a number of pieces and stops singing.
Anything special about the skull now, or is it just pieces of bone?
Yeah, just pieces of old bone.
So even if you die, you're still cursed.
That it could be one way to interpret what you're seeing.
Let's keep it moving.
Now, all the verses that we're reading on this piece of paper are on that wall also, right?
Right. Well, actually, that piece of paper isn't even a piece of paper. I don't think you I think you got that from the wall. I mean, it presented itself as a handout like that, but I think that was, something that was scratched on the wall.
Okay.
It wasn't like there was a scratched on the wall and paper. I think it was just the one, right? Say Shemsheim 3 times fast.
I'm trying to think of what to do.
Right?
It says to finish the rhyme, so the only thing that comes to mind is, I don't know, creating another...
Yeah, well, my brain is going blank on that personally.
Create another little, our own rhyme.
I like where you're going with it.
Doesn't the rhyme end on the chorus part about Shimsheim, so it's technically over?
I didn't quite get that.
Doesn't the rhyme end on the chorus of talking about Shimsheim?
Apparently, there is a missing stanza. I'm not even exactly sure what a stanza is, but
That's like
It's
the
like a-
little paragraphs.
yeah, it's like a part of a song, right?
What if we asked the girl to see if she could finish it?
Yeah, I tried that once. We can do it again. Or else can give it a try. Maybe she'll react different to different people.
I mean, we just have to come up with what just a 4-line stanza.
I don't think us making it up will do it, but we can try.
Well, wait, she had pictures. Did she draw, multiple pictures, or was it just the one of,
Well, she had multiple pictures of one for each verse, is what I understood it. So that's why I went back trying to get her to draw another picture.
Right.
Okay. Well, so we have everything, or is there, an additional picture? It's my question to Dan.
I think
Like to
there's well, let me before I speak, let me again look at her room.
Okay, so it looks like there's 3 stanzas, not including the Shemshine, like, shadow ones. So if she has 4 drawings, like, that's what I'm looking for. Does she have 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are 3. There are 3. It says one of the images shows a man whose feet have been severed. Another shows a boy underwater grasping his throat. And the last one shows a dog with a severed hand in its mouth. A black cloud hovers over each scene.
I think we just got to find the damn book. Like, I think that's pretty clear that that's missing.
That's
Should be
it's
there.
starting to sound like that's
Yeah.
easy.
The one place that we really weren't able to explore was the Kenku room because he like slammed the door in our face.
All right, you want to go explore it? Let's go.
Now, as you come out of the room here, you can see Cthulhu, the tabaxi, sitting at the table, biting her lip to keep from singing when she slumps to the floor with her back against this bookcase here, with her head in her hands. After a moment, her ears flatten, and she springs up and takes off at full sprint. She got a movement of 30.
I think we need to follow her because the last time something strange like this happened, there were shadows.
I have a way to stop her, but I'm afraid I'd kill her.
Well, I can cast Hold Person if we need to, but I think we should just follow for now.
She
Alright.
makes a run for the stairs over here and goes up toward the exit hatch.
Oh, is she like genuinely
Seems like
making
she's
a break for it?
freaking out, right?
Oh, that's good. I'm going to tackle her.
Freaking out or running away?
Like she wants out, and she's making a breaking attempt to get out of the quarantine.
Okay.
Got it.
I'm going to
Try
tackle her.
to cast Calm Emotions and just be like, hey, like, psst, 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 it's okay. Psst, psst.
That is
I love
brilliant.
that you happen to have a calm emotion spell right now.
You have a second level spell called Calm Emotions,
Yes.
and you cast it.
I cast it, seeing her freak out. I'm
That
like,
is-
no.
That is wonderful, because what I'm reading here, right here, a character can try to calm Cthulhu, doing so with a Charisma 15 Persuasion check. A Calm Emotion spell, or similar magic, also does the trick. As apparently would have been giving her the mechanical oyster from her quarters. So, excellent. Okay, so you managed to get her down. Now, during the excitement, we might have to again see who's been singing and who hasn't been. I know it's been quick, but let's do. It's been at least a couple of minutes since the last one. So let's do it again. I'll have Rhea make her Constitution check.
Uh-oh.
Get Ray out here. We'll drag Fancy and Dagon down since everybody was out here. All right, so Marcus did 2 and failed both, right?
Yep.
Marcus has gone red.
Good guide anybody who needs it.
Salim has failed.
So Rain might work with the guidance. That's a D4. If she rolls good, might make it.
Right.
Yeah, if I can take a guidance, I'm gonna. D4, help me. So 10 enough.
Well, you need to do
No.
a 10 and up. Right, yeah, 10 and up. Right, it's good. All right, Salim makes it. Kael, he doesn't, and he doesn't have hope. So mark you as red. And we got Rhea is red. She's already red. Dagon made his, and Fancy failed his. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we're toasted this time.
Rhea rolled a 9.
Yeah, Rhea rolled a 9, right? Can you give guidance twice?
Oh, yeah.
You can't do guidance
Would you
on
mind?
saving throws anyway.
You can't do guidance on saving throws?
Nope. Skill only.
So wait, I failed then.
Um,
All
okay.
right, so let's see. We got some dastardly shit happening. Let's go find out what it is. Where is it's right here, I think. All right. Somebody else want to roll the d6? All right, Muriel. Random books fly off the shelves. Each creature in areas F1, F2, and that's where you guys are in. You are in F2, I believe. Must succeed a dexterity saving throw. So everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
Last luck point.
I have not made a saving throw yet tonight.
Oh, rolls have been so bad.
Now, one of you in the chat, I know, posted a GIF earlier about humans stacking books in this way, but this is right out of Ghostbusters in the library, man. The books are flying off the shelves and they are just going everywhere. And anybody who got less than a 13 on their dexterity saving throw takes 2 damage.
Less than 13 or including 13?
Less than 13, so 12 or lower. 13 or up, you're good.
All right.
Just like the dating age in Tennessee.
Ow.
I know. Why the hate for Tennessee? I don't know why. That's just the first one that came to my mind. For all I know, it's a lovely state.
Yeah, Nashville's nice.
What about Pigeon Forge? Anybody been to Dollywood or whatever?
Nope.
My mother wants me to go something fierce. She's gone like twice into the Rocky Mountains, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's so much fun! You guys got to come." And I'm like, a 15-hour drive to hang out in Tennessee? Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You're not selling
Yeah,
it. You're not selling me,
That's the tough one.
right?
Yeah, I was about to say, the only thing I can say about Tennessee is Nashville is a fantastic place to go if you want to have a bachelorette or a bachelor party.
Right.
Yeah, Nashville's
Very,
right.
very fun. My mom actually went for somebody's 50th birthday, and like they had a ton of fun. Like they were there for like a weekend.
Right. Yeah, I could go to Nashville. That sounds. I mean, it's not exactly everything I'd ever hoped for, but I'm sure I could go and have a good time. I can put on my cowboy hat for a day. All right, so books did some damage to people. Everybody took their 2 points of damage if they got a 12 or less on that dex save. I don't know that everyone's rolled the dex save yet, but
I'm down here.
oh, you went downstairs?
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, yeah. You're good. You're good there. Right.
because I'm going for the kangaroo room.
Right. You do hear Varnir cry out. She's again an old elf, and apparently some books were flying around in her chambers and did a little damage to her. So you heard her kind of cry out, but she's okay.
Okay.
So all right, so that's
is-
the door to Crinkle's room, and it is locked.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to pick it.
All right. those tools.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, not a good one.
Oh, luck point. Here we go.
Ooh, very good. You needed a 20.
All right, second luck point.
No, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, that was my second luck point that I've used so far.
Gotcha. All right. Let me read you what you see. So this room is crawling with wingless larval flies. Hundreds of tiny glowworms cling to every surface, shedding light throughout. A canvas hammock hangs between two pillars near the center of the room, and an engraving of a goat wearing a crown leans against the north wall. We did cover this. You did get a glance in here before, right?
So, and the Kenku is not in here right now, right? Because he's upstairs, or?
You would have seen him, though. Where? Let me think about where exactly he is right now. I mean, let's, yeah, tracking where all these people are at different times is a little awkward.
I'm hoping maybe he ran to see what was going on with the tabaxi.
Right. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's say that he's up there. Let's say everybody came running at Cthulhu's outburst. So let me put these guys officially back in the room with you. We got Galeby and Edber and Crinkle. I just told you Varnier was down here, so we'll keep her here. And you are getting a look at this room. What is your passive wisdom? Passive perception.
12.
Okay. You can always make a manual check, either perception or investigation, whatever you want to choose.
Okay, I will try investigation. Ooh, luck point. Last one.
Oh, for that one we can do guidance.
Oh!
D4.
All right, so you're not seeing all that interesting stuff. I mean, Crinkle's room is certainly interesting for its decor, but you're not seeing anything else.
I'm not seeing a book? Okay.
Right.
I rolled crappy, though. Guys, come help me look. I'm not good at looking for things, apparently.
Yeah, I'll go in as well.
Investigation, Dan?
So before everyone comes down, let's do another event. So because specifically this event says it can happen anywhere except Crinkle's room, I think let's get as many of you. Let's get Muriel down here, but put everybody else back upstairs because I think while Muriel was down here picking the lock, this other event is going to unfold. The air around you feels thick. It presses on you from all sides, prickling your nerves. Your muscles twitch as though something is yanking on them with invisible strings. It says, choose half the remaining characters. Those who are not under the effect of a blah 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 must make a charisma saving throw. But we're at 9:57, so I'm going to leave it right here at the beginning of this rhyme, or the beginning of this event, I should say. Okay. Unless we want to make it the last thing we do tonight. We do have 2 minutes. We could mark everybody. We've got everybody together, right? We've got Edbert, the only people. Let's get Salim up here. Varner's down here. Muriel. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll hold on that. We'll do the saving throw to start next week. But I'll let you know that everybody's going to have to make a DC 15 charisma save or be charmed by Shemsheim. He's been slowly building in power, building enough strength to press against the veil of undeath that is keeping him locked out of the mortal world. But he is starting to manifest. And this is going to result in some of you, no doubt, being charmed by him. It says, while charmed by him, that you would basically be under his full control and compelled to sing the rhyme repeatedly while trying to cause physical harm to others. So you're going to start turning on each other.
It's got a -1 in charisma.
Here, let me just copy and paste this. I'll give you a peek under the hood. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. This doesn't give away too much. There we go. So it says, basically, choose half the remaining characters, and they have to do charisma saving throws or be charmed. Okay, so it's only half of you need to make saving throws, so that's not so bad, right? But while you are charmed, you remain aware of what you're doing, even though you're doing it. So that sounds like trauma right there, PTSD material. All right, ladies and jelly spoons, I see that I've officially crossed over the 10 p.m. threshold here on the East Coast, so I will bid you all a good night, and thank you for this. I hope you enjoyed this. This was an adventure that was found in the Candlekeep Mysteries book. It was not part of Descent into Avernus, but I thought since we have a book fully dedicated to just Mysteries of Candlekeep, and you guys were going to be at Candlekeep, that it seemed like a perfect time to kind of have a one-off, which is going to kind of turn into a 1.5 off, I think, but it was fun, so thank you. You might have noticed me looking a lot over to my right here on the video, because none of this material was unfortunately in Roll20, because we're in the Descent to Avernus game. So I kind of had to read it out of off of D&D Beyond all night. So it was a little different DJ style for me tonight. But it was fun proof of concept that I don't necessarily have to have the stuff on Roll20 to make it work. So yay me.
Cool.
All right. Any closing thoughts or dirty limericks? Doesn't sound like it. All right. As always, I'm going to stop the recording here. People feel free to hang out for a few more minutes and chat away, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the button and wish you all a good night.